How to integrate custom forms in Shopify 2023 tutorial for beginners. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I hope you all are doing great and are having an amazing and absolutely incredible day. I bring you back with yet another video, and in this video we're going to be talking about custom forms and how you're going to be integrating them into your Shopify store to, gain leads, have more sales, and a whole lot of more things that can help you basically success when it comes to your online store or e-commerce workings. So the first thing I need you to do is to have your account in Shopify, and if your account is already created, then you're obviously going to go ahead and log in. But if you don't have an account created, the account creation process is really simple and it's really easy. So all you're gonna need to do is just add, your basic email and things, and you should be good to go from there. But yeah, once you have your account, you can see in front of you, this is how your dashboard is gonna look like. And once you come over to your dashboard from here on out, what you're gonna be focusing on is going to the home section, which you can see over here, and it's going to give us this setup guide. Okay, and you're going to make sure to complete all the tasks on this setup guide, because if your store is not fully set it up, then you will not really have a proper store, and you need to do things like, adding your products, customize your online store, custom domains, etc., and a whole lot more. And then there's also brandings, okay, which is also a pretty important part. So if I were to go in settings and show you what I mean by branding, you're going to come down here, that comes to brands. And when it comes to forms, branding is actually a really important aspect of your forms, because the logos and the colors that by default will use for your website are going to actually, stand out and tell people what you stand for, and, actually, share your voice on what your store or, blog or whatever you're making is actually about. Now, when you're actually into the branding, we're going to go ahead and add some, different branding links and details for ourselves. So once you are over here, you can go ahead and add default logos. So let's say I'm going to upload an image and add it as a default logo. So let's go with, this Nike logo that I took off. You can add these Nike logos, and then you can add different square logos for yourself. So basically these are, as I said, brand assets that are going to be pretty useful for your store. Trust me. And you're not going to regret getting these, because the exploration of these logos and the messing around with these logos, it's really useful. So I would 100% recommend you to get these for your store. Now, once you get these for your store, from there on out, what you're going to do is you're going to come back over here where we're going to just go ahead and save the changes. Once you've saved the changes, we're going to back out of this, and you're going to come over to your store's pages. So you're going to click on online store. You're going to come down to pages. And once you come down to pages, you're going to first click on or create a page where you actually want to integrate custom forms. So to integrate custom forms, we're going to go ahead, click on add page. Once you click on add page, you have title. Okay. So let's say I'm going to create a form, and I'm going to call this page send your design. Okay. That's what we're calling this page. I'm going to put in some descriptions that if you want us to create custom products, then send us your designs. Okay. We're just going to go ahead and write that down. And once you've written that down, from there on out, we're going to go ahead and click on save. So, we have a page where we can send designs now. Now, once you have created this page for yourself, from there on out, what you're going to be doing is you're going to actually add this page into your navigation bar. And what do I mean by my navigation bar? Navigation bar is basically, let's say, I'm going to give you an example from Nike.com store, okay? So navigation bar is, that header bar you see up here with small links. So this is your navigation bar, and we want to add the send your design feature to these navigation bars, okay? So to add that, what we are going to be doing is we're going to go over to navigation over here. And once you come over to navigation over here, you're going to go ahead and choose main menu. Once you go to main menu, you have all these things. You're going to click on add menu item, and you're going to click on search or paste a link. You're going to go on pages. Once you go on pages, click on send your design, click on add, and there you go. We've just added the send your design page. So once you've added the send your design page, click on save menu. You're going to save all the details and all the data. And once we have saved all these things, from there on out, what we're going to want to do is we're going to go ahead to our online store, and we're actually going to go ahead and see the send your design banner. Okay. And I'm actually going to show you how to create a custom form in that send your design banner. Okay. So you're going to go ahead over here into your online store, click on customize, and that will take us into the editor of the online store. And once you go into the editor, from there on out, what's going to be happening is that you're going to want to create different contact forms for yourself, right? So once you're here, up here, you can see you have send your design, which is pretty cool, right? So we're going to go over to send your design through this navigation bar. And here you can see if you want to create custom products, then send us your designs. Now here, as I stated, we're going to add different things like custom forms, right? So I'm going to click on add sections, and we're going to write form. Okay, you're just going to go ahead and write form. This is going to give a contact form to us. So we're going to click on it and let it add it as so. So now it's added a contact form into our store and into its design. And what you can do is you can edit things about this, okay? You can insert dynamic sources, you can add custom CSS, which is cascading styling, and you can also mess around with the padding and stuff. So let's say I'm going to go with this much padding, and then I'm going to choose this much bottom padding, etc. And once you've gone with this padding, you can choose different backgrounds, and people can add, their names, emails, phone numbers, comments into this. And obviously, you can go ahead and save these for yourself, or you can get even better forms for yourself. Like, let's say I'm going to go over here, click on exit. And once you click on exit, what you're going to do is you're going to leave this page. And let me show you how you can get better custom forms for yourself. This is obviously a way to create your default normal form. But if you go in apps, I'm going to go in all recommended apps over here. And this will obviously take me to the Shopify App Store over here. And from there, there's an amazing form builder that you're going to love. Okay. I mean, you can use things like MailChimp and stuff, which are essentially made to build forms like these. But we are going to use something even better. We're going to use a platform called PyFi. Okay. And you can go ahead and write PyFi over here and, create forms the same way as we were creating forms in your custom builder. So just click on PyFi. You can go ahead and install it, and it basically builds contact forms in the most advanced way possible with the most advanced features. And you can obviously write different one-line texts for yourself. You can create beautiful templates with pop-up forms, custom compositions with custom stylings, make them look good, and obviously integrate them into your Shopify store. So yeah, basically it also has a plan that you can work with. It has a free plan, which is a pretty good thing to have, to be honest. So yeah, that is one of the form builders that you can use, and that is how you're going to integrate custom forms into your Shopify builder. So that's pretty much about it for this video. Now, if you enjoyed watching, drop down a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see all of you next time. Goodbye.